deal with trees which pose a danger to residents around the island, concern about who's benefiting from national scholarships, and in sports, the Blues out front after 9 rounds of elite action.
Credible, balanced, committed. This is the CBC Evening News.
A very good evening to you. I'm Sophia Cambridge with this Sunday, August 15th edition of the CBC Evening News. In our top story tonight, a scare for some Wildy residents tonight after a large tree fell very near to a home in the area of the Errol Barrow Memorial Park. The incident has sparked renewed calls from residents for authorities to address their concerns about the danger posed by trees in the district. Shane Seeley visited the scene.
This massive tree came crashing down around midday here at 6th Avenue Meadow Road in Wildy, causing somewhat of a stir among residents. And the fact that it's blocking the road is the least of their concerns, because a few feet away, as you can see, is someone's home. And now residents are fearful not only for their property, but their lives. Orlando Martin lives nearby and was there to witness the incident.
I was outside working and I just see cracks, and when I do look wrong, I like bam, see the tree fell. That Jeep there was parking right here, and I was ready to stand up in shock because I say if it's that one, it could have fell straight on the house, and I was right in the yard.
The tree fell closest to Ernest Doyle's home. A few more inches and it would have hit his taxi.
I really was shocked, you know. I was inside doing some chores and then I heard this loud noise. Come outside and see a big tree in the road. Barely missing the car, thank heaven.
These Wildy residents say they've had enough and now want urgent action from the authorities to address what they consider an accident waiting to happen.
Well, everybody is upset. You know, they want something done about the trees, they need trimming. Someone could have been passing and hurt, probably walking or driving.
The branches that overhanging the road should be trimmed, really. Most of these trees are probably here over 30 years or so. So I think it's the branches that were overhanging need to be trimmed.
Now the main concern for residents going forward is that there are several other trees of similar size, some of them even bigger. And all it takes is for someone to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and today's scenario could have been a lot worse. I'm Shane Seeley for CBC News.
Well, thank you, Shane. And the General Manager of the National Conservation Commission, Keith Neblett, has told the CBC that the NCC is aware of the problems and will prune some of the trees as early as next week. He says it's part of an overall island-wide plan by the Commission to deal with an overgrowth of vegetation in critical areas. In other news, the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Joy St. John, wants to see more young people recruited as caregivers for people living with Alzheimer's disease and dementia. Dr. St. John made the call during a service at the St. Philip Parish Church as Barbados joins the rest of the world to observe Alzheimer's Month. It's under the theme Dementia, a Journey of Caring. And according to Dr. St. John, caregivers in this line of work need a lot of support in order to meet the demands of Alzheimer's patients.
The Alzheimer's Association is providing just that kind of help for caregivers. However, the need to recruit younger people will be a plus and will help to spur more awareness, especially as they use more of the modern day technology avenues like Facebook, tablets and iPhones. These avenues can be used by the association to reach more individuals and groups and increase its efforts to call for improved support services for people with the disease and support for their caregivers.
Well, the Chief Medical Officer also says all measures necessary must be taken so as to extend the quality of life of people living with Alzheimer's for as long as possible.
Early intervention through improvement in diagnosis provides the opportunity for people with dementia and their families to better plan, including their finances and future care arrangements. Removes the uncertainty and trauma that comes with the delays experienced in the diagnosis of dementia, and is multifaceted and fits with a complex chronic care model.
News from the police now, and lawmen have made a breakthrough in their investigations into the unnatural death of Akeem Cadogan, who is formerly of Deacon's Farm, St. Michael. They've arrested and charged 28-year-old Harold Dwayne Joseph of Upper Dukes Alley, St. Michael, for Cadogan's murder. It reportedly occurred on the 1st of June this year. Joseph is expected to appear in court tomorrow to answer the charge. In the meantime, Cairo Rose Broom, who's 19 years old, of Batley and St. Peter, has also been charged in connection with the murder. She is expected to face the courts as well, charged for assisting an offender. Back in June, the body of Akeem Cadogan was found at a gully at Dunscombe in St. Thomas. Cadogan reportedly died after being shot several times and then thrown out of a car over a bridge in the community. Well, when we return, concern about the award of government scholarships.
Football fans rejoice!
CBC TV8 is giving you a double dose of football action.
On Sunday, September 22nd at 11:30 a.m., watch Sunday Sports and relive the City of Bridgetown's sweet victory over Christchurch West Central in the 2012 David Thompson Memorial Football Classic.
Watch live coverage of the opening ceremony of the 2013 David Thompson Memorial Football Classic, starting at 4 p.m. Kickoff for the first game is at 5:30.
That's live coverage of the David Thompson Memorial Football Classic,
starting at 11:30 a.m. with a look back at the 2012 finals on Sunday Sports.
Followed by live coverage of the opening ceremony at 4 p.m.
MCTV, more channels to view, to amuse, to entertain, to inspire. MCTV offers that comfort in knowing you've made the right choice and the confidence to declare MCTV, le bon choix.
MCTV, la opción correcta.
MCTV, a escola cierta.
MCTV, आपका सही फैसला.
MCTV, the right choice, Dan.
No matter what language you say it in, MCTV is the right choice.
Well, Member of Parliament for St. Michael West Central, James Paul, believes that government needs to re-examine the system of awarding national scholarships. Mr. Paul expressed the view at the Young Democrats Educational Grant Award ceremony. He is concerned that fewer and fewer students from working class families, who are those truly in need, are actually receiving the coveted educational titles when compared with previous years.
When 20, 30 years ago, you found children coming out of very poor households being able to win scholarships. And today, you have a situation where you cannot identify one student coming out of a working class household who can win a scholarship.
Well, 5 students from academic and vocational institutions actually received grants from the Young Democrats. They are Lashante Eiffel of the Combermere School, Roshana Brathwaite of the Barbados Community College, Makeda Stewart of the Samuel Jackman Prescott Polytechnic, Shannon Critchlow of the University of the West Indies, and Renako Brathwaite of the Barbados Vocational Training Board. President of the Young Democrats, Curtis Cave, urges the students to see success as more than just their academic performances.
It is also measured by how we manage relationships with people or attitudes when faced with obstacles, determination in achieving personal goals, and not being discouraged by disappointment, because every experience adds to our life learning journey.
Well, celebrations have begun for another Barbadian who will reach the 100-year milestone this week. The activities for Winifred Calendar's birthday, which is actually tomorrow, began with the service at the St. John Parish Church today. There, she received gifts from the St. John Parish Independence Committee and members of St. Gabriel's. Miss Calendar has thanked God for allowing her to reach this point.
I know what I have to do, and I do it in the name of the Lord. And the Lord helped me in every way, from the beginning to the ending, and thank and praise Him. And I didn't expect I would live to this hour, and this age, and I give God all the thanks and praise.
Happy birthday to you, Ms. Callender. And in his sermon, the canon, Dr. Jeffrey Mears, advised the congregation to get rid of the burdens or obstacles preventing them from progressing.
Sometimes there are these things in our lives that we grow up with, and they become part of our lives. It's only when they are cut back or blown down or removed that we know there is something better.
Well, Damien Best is in the studio already and standing by to bring you the Digicel Sports Package just ahead.
Community Files.
Registration opens on Saturday, September 21st for upcoming classes at the Bonnets Resource Center, Britton's Hill, St. Michael. Between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m., you may register for classes in the production of Bajan confectionery, nail technology, jewelry making, cake and pastry, needlework, and beginners international cooking. For more information, please call 435-2427.
Are you a CUNY community fan?
Then get your limited edition Q t-shirt now.
In a variety of colors, red, yellow, green, purple, and blue. From small to extra large. What are you waiting for? Get queued up. It's just $30. Available at the next Q in the community. To pre-order your shirt, call the sales department at 467-5452 between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. to get yours now.
See you at the next Q in the community.
In your limited edition shirt.
I had a dream, and in the dream I saw this billboard, and it had flashing lights all around it, and in the middle it had two words, and it said air supply.
Can't stop, the feeling's too strong.
Forming a band and releasing a song, and it goes to #1 within 2 weeks. Not having a clue about the music business, or that was the great thing about being naive and not knowing what you were doing, because you couldn't make any mistakes because you didn't know what you were doing.
Welcome to the Digicel 4G Sports Roundup. Digicel, the bigger, better network.
Only Digicel gives you real value to make you smile. Digicel make everybody smile. 10 free SMS text if you get one time. One matching number for dial. International, local, extra credit, that's fine. SMS, magic number, international, local, extra credit. Top up with 10 or more and they get it. Top up with $10 or more and get free SMS, free magic number, free international, free local, or free extra credit. Dial *137 to sign up. With Digicel, your credit really lasts longer.
Well, good evening with the CBC Sports News. I'm Damien Best. Well, West Indies A lost their first one-day international against a star-studded India A side today in Bangalore. Yuvraj Singh struck a brutal 89-ball 123 to lead India A to a 77-run victory as the match was reduced to 42 overs aside after a delay because of a wet outfield. Singh hit 8 fours and 7 sixes to help India to 312 for 4 after they were sent into bat. The host then bowled out the Windies for 235 in 39.1 overs. Narsin Deonarayan and Ashley Nurse top scored with 57, while Vinay Kumar, Rahul Sharma, Yusuf Pathan and Samit Narwal grabbed 2 wickets each. The victory gives India A the 1-0 lead in the series, with the remaining 2 matches to be played at the same venue on September 17th and 19th. Back at home, ICBL Empire out front at the end of Series 9 of the Lime BCA Elite Division after they drew with CGI Maple at Bank Hall today. Scores there: Maple 245 and 36 for 3, Empire 253 for 6. Ryan Hines got 71. At Foursquare, ESA Field Pickwick registered a massive 8-wicket win over Guardian General Barbados Youth. Scores: Pickwick 238, the Youth 152 and 91. The other result came at the 3Ws Oval between the home team Sagicor UWI and Republic Bank St. Catherine. St. Catherine resuming from their overnight position of 131 for 3 in their second innings. Nikolai Paris bowling to Stephen Catlaroo. Good clean strike down to the long off boundary for 4. And Catlaroo 3 away from a half century. However, Carlos Brathwaite spoiled the show. Short outside the off stump, and Catlaroo guides it into the lap of Nikolai Paris. Gone for 47, 212 for 4. The new man in was Joel Leacock. Brathwaite gave him a warm welcome, struck on the arm, but he was okay. On this occasion, Brathwaite to Kenroy Williams wide, and Williams gives it the rightful treatment through the covers for 4. But Brathwaite would have the last laugh. 2 balls later, Williams giving himself some room. The edge found, and Chadwick Walton, no problems. Williams, he made 65. St. Catherine, 219 for 5. Well, Leacock picked up where Williams left off, free in the arms, and this time it drops inside the rope for 4. 225 for 5. Ryan Austin once more to Leacock, and that one's out of here. The maximum 6 runs. Leacock races to 16. And at the water break, St. Catherine 243 for 5. Well, St. Catherine went on to make 302 for 8 declared, and then bowled out UWI for just 161 to claim victory by 129 runs. Derek Bishop led the way with 6 for 51. Carlton and the BDF Sports Program played to a draw. Scores in that match: BDF 273 and 145 for 9. Carlton 334. There was no play between Supercenter Spartan and Lime in Queen's Park. Well, it was Barbados versus Guyana at the Lionel Hall Carlton Hope Memorial Boxing Tournament at the Queen's Park Steel Shed last night. In the main event, Ricardo Blackman Jr., who recently returned from Chile after representing Barbados, had a tight battle against Joel Williamson of Guyana. In other results, Cabral Foster of the National Gym defeated Shaquille Gorin of the Thunderbirds by TKO. And Chivani Ford, also of the Thunderbirds Gym, defeated Stevenson Lifcott of Belfield Gym. CBC's Sean Green was there and reports on the junior bouts.
Let's start with the pinweights. Iwesika Austin in the red from the Belfield Gym, taking on Akil Yearwood from the Thunderbird Gym. Austin struck first, landing a few face blows, and kept on his opponent. No breathing space for him, using his speed to his advantage when Yearwood tried to counter. But don't look for too much technique at this developmental stage, but these youngsters can land punches. Yearwood takes a straight one to the face, but battles back, and it was on. And in the end, it was Austin who was adjudged the winner. Bout number 2 featured Jabali Brady of the National Gym versus Junior Henry of Guyana in the blue. This is the light flyweight division. Brady's strength, his speed, a double combo to go if you please. He just nails him and evades him. Too quick for the Guyanese. Then things continued along that vein, and Brady wanted to give Henry some parting souvenirs to the face before the end of the rounds, and so he did, winning the bout over Junior Henry. Another Barbados-Guyana clash, Ajay Jones of Briar Hall Gym taking on Guyana's Orion Bancroft in the blue. This is the flyweight division. The Bajan looked good early, rocking Bancroft with a right hook and some sweet chin music. Then after that, he had him on the run for a while, but stayed on his man and rocked him with a few more. But Bancroft still managed to sneak in a few as well, especially in round 3. And the close points decision awarded the fight to Bancroft, much to the surprise of many. The featherweight division matched 2 National Gym competitors, Isian Frazier in the red taking on Shamar Goodridge. This was one of the few one-sided fights on the card. Frazier had an easy target as Goodridge wasn't fast enough to dodge the bullets. He just stood there most of the time. Then Frazier had him on the ropes, literally. And as much as he tried, Goodridge couldn't keep him out. When Goodridge tried to counter, it backfired, and he backpedaled and got pummeled in the process, as smoking Isian Frazier took that one easily. In the middleweight, Antonio Rollins of Briar Hall in the red headgear took on Jamal Piggott of Thunderbird Gym, and Piggott got the better of the early exchanges. And once he kept his guy on the ropes, he was in full control. But when Rollins got free, he had Pigott on the run. However, when the dust settled, it was Pigott who was adjudged the winner. Sean Green, CBC Sports.
Well, thanks, Sean. That's the first half in sports. Back in a moment. And welcome back. Well, one of the biggest boxing matchups of the year turned out to be a cakewalk for Floyd Mayweather Jr. last night. The American-made lightweight of Mexican Saul Alvarez to claim the WBC and WBA light middleweight titles.
Alvarez is only 23 years of age, but the experienced Mayweather didn't let him get close. The 36-year-old was defensively superior, and although it went the 12-round distance, there was never a doubt that the American had outclassed his opponent. Somehow, though, one judge managed to score the fight as a draw, but Mayweather won it on a majority decision, claiming both belts, over $41 million, and an improved career record of 45-0. CNN Espanol's Raul Sainz saw the fight in Las Vegas.
It was a vintage performance by Floyd Mayweather Jr., dominating his fight against Saul Canelo Alvarez, winning by a majority decision, which in fact it should have been a unanimous decision. The only controversy in this fight was the fact that one judge scored it as a draw. But Floyd Mayweather clearly showed why he's a champion, improving his record to 45-0. And even though he won in a dominating fashion, he showed great respect for his opponent.
I want to commend this young, strong champion because he will carry the torch. Tonight, experience played a major key. Canelo got everything it takes to be a legend in the sport. Tonight was just my night. I'm truly blessed to be where I'm at. I have a good team, and like I always say, it took hard work and dedication, prayers, and belief.
Mayweather said he's going to take some time off, but he will be back in the ring in May. The question is, who will be his next opponent?
Well, that's it for sports this evening. Coming up next, Carrie-Ann O'Neill and the weather details.
That was the Digicel 4G Sports Roundup. Digicel, the bigger, better network.
Fighting dengue is everyone's responsibility. Keep your premises free of anything that collects water and reduce mosquito breeding. Let's fight dengue.
Good evening. Today in Barbados, we had fair to partly cloudy skies along with a few scattered showers. The maximum temperature was 30.7 degrees Celsius, the minimum 24.7 degrees. At 6 o'clock, the temperature stood at 28.1 degrees Celsius, the relative humidity 80%, and the winds coming in from the east at 26 kilometers per hour. We take a look now at our satellite photo, where we have a tropical wave at 19 degrees west moving towards the west, and we'll continue to monitor it. But today in Barbados, that trough system which has been affecting us over the past few days has weakened, and the high pressure ridge is now establishing itself. As a result, we had fair to partly cloudy skies along with a few scattered showers here in Barbados and over most of the other islands of the Eastern Caribbean. As for Trinidad and Tobago, though, and Grenada, well, they had some showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon. The Guyanas had fair to partly cloudy skies with only a few isolated showers. The seas at this time, they're moderate in open water, with swells peaking at 2 meters. Over now in the Western Caribbean, we have Tropical Storm Ingrid at 22.6 degrees north, 96.1 degrees west. It's moving towards the west-northwest, maximum sustained winds 65 knots. Now, the system has been generating some clouds and showers over Cuba and Jamaica. As for Hispaniola and Puerto Rico, well, there's a low pressure system just to the south of Hispaniola, and that system has been generating some showers there. Well, that's our first look at the weather. After the break, we'll have the forecast.
Hey mama, hey papa, Emerald City and Carlton, sweet mommy, love you daddy, Emerald City and Carlton, keep home, sweet home, Emerald City and Carlton, wow, wow, yummy, yum.
Variety, convenience, and great prices. Open till 1 minute past 10.
Emerald City and Carlton.
Welcome back. In the forecast for tomorrow, the sun is expected to rise at 5:48 and set at 5:55. The first high tide at 27 minutes to 1 in the early morning, the first low at 7:22 a.m. The sea is moderate in open water with swells peaking at 2 meters. The winds coming in from the east-southeast to the east at 15 to 35 kilometers per hour. Barbados tonight, we can expect fair to partly cloudy skies with some late night and early morning showers. Tomorrow it will be fair to partly cloudy with some brief showers. Over the southern windwards tonight, it will be fair to partly cloudy with some scattered showers. Elsewhere will be mostly fair with only brief showers. And tomorrow over the Lesser Antilles, it will be fair to partly cloudy with brief scattered showers. We leave you now with some forecast weather conditions.
The Weather News, brought to you by Carlton and Emerald City Supermarkets, where breakfast starts at 6:30 a.m.
Community Files. Registration opens on Saturday, September 21st for upcoming classes at the Bonnets Resource Center, Britton's Hill, St. Michael. Between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m., you may register for classes in the production of Bajan confectionery, nail technology, jewelry making, cake and pastry, needlework, and beginners international cooking. For more information, please call 435-2427. Community Files. The Barbados Coalition of Service Industries, Inc., in conjunction with PBHC Clinic and School of Holistic Therapies, is offering the ITEC Level 2 certificate in complementary and alternative therapies. The program is geared to persons seeking to operate in the health and wellness sector. The deadline for registration is September 25th. For more information, please call the BCSI Secretariat at 429-5357.
Are you a CUNY community fan?
Then get your limited edition Q t-shirt now.
In a variety of colors, red, yellow, green, purple and blue. From small to extra large, what are you waiting for? Get queued up, it's just $30. Available at the next Q in the community. To pre-order your shirt, call the sales department at 467-5452 between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. to get yours now.
See you at the next Q in the community.
In your limited edition shirt.
Well, it's time for us to say goodnight on this Sunday, September 15th edition of the CBC Evening News. On behalf of the entire team, I'd like to thank you for choosing to be with us this past half hour. Have a delightful week ahead. Good night.